Hi, everybody. I'm going to jump on here real quick and I'm going to say my piece and then I'm going to play a video and then jump back on and explain it. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to play this video is because it's the exact opposite of the last video that I showed you of the police chief that I found that I think is heading in the right direction to fix and try to build the bridges and make a difference again between police officers and the people and the county. And if we could find somebody like him, like I said in my last video, for every area, we might have a chance at fixing what's going on in this world with the corruption and the police officers and really make a change. Unfortunately, there's police officers like this that I'm about to play you. And this is the problem with the police today.
Is that a felony or a misdemeanor?
Listen, we're not going to debate here on camera, okay? You're going to answer my questions, okay? And you're going to provide me your identification.
Am I legally obligated
You're being
to?
detained right now, yeah.
What crime am I being detained for? I need to know what crime
Where's
I'm...
your bag over here? You're littering.
I'm littering.
You put the bag down over there, but yet you're not saying nothing about it.
Are you going to de-escalate this, sir? He pulled me over and asked me what I'm doing here, and if I go to school here...
Do you go to school there?
No, I don't go to school here. But then he asked me why I'm leaving. I said, I'm just riding around the parking lot. And now he's asking me questions, saying I'm littering and I'm being detained.
You dropped the bag over there. You can't even answer a question.
I'm not legally obligated to answer your questions. What's your name and your badge number?
That's a statute.
Is that what you tell the judge?
Yeah, that's what I tell the judge.
Can you de-escalate? Can you de-escalate this situation? You need to stay away from me. First, it's 6 feet.
What do you tell the judge?
I don't have to tell the judge. I'm a private citizen.
Talk to the sergeant here.
Are you the sergeant?
I am the sergeant.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for de-escalating this.
Okay.
What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Basor. I'm with the Genesee Township Police Department.
Thank you for being professional.
All right. Is this your vehicle?
Hold on. I don't request any searches or seizures of my property.
It's your bag and you left it
Is it
there.
your bag? Yes or no? Is it your bag? Yes or no?
Yes, it's my bag.
Okay. Why
You
throw
put
it
my
down?
bag down, dude.
Why'd you throw it down?
I don't have to answer your questions. I'm not illegally obligated to answer your questions, for one. For two,
I don't know who you are yet.
right?
So
I've done nothing wrong, though.
Okay. Let's start there. Who are you? What's your first name?
Am I legally obligated to answer who I am?
I told you who I was.
Right, but am I legally obligated?
I didn't ask you.
I understand that.
Bag somewhere. You lost my rights to privacy for that bag. Okay? If you move away from it, it's now littering. He's saying that you're littering. I don't know it wasn't your
I'm gonna tell you this, all right? I come here and I practice riding my motorcycle. I
Okay.
take my bag off and put it right there so I'm not riding with it on me.
Okay.
All I did was pull up, check my tire pressure, put my bag down,
Okay.
and he came up to me asking questions saying I was being detained. That's an illegal detainment.
If he felt, based on everything that's going on, the crazy world that we live in right now, people that leave bags around, that we're at a school where there's kids at and practicing football, he deemed it suspicious. He doesn't know who you are, so he's checking you out. I know he's asking us some simple questions.
And that's understandable, but suspicion is not a crime.
Okay, if he deems it suspicious, just the same as if somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood, just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead, I'm
If
sorry.
somebody was driving a motorcycle in your neighborhood and they dropped a bag that was near their home, wouldn't you want, or near your home, wouldn't you want us to at least check them out? to make sure they're okay?
100%, 100%. Right, but it was the way he did it. It was the way he did it. It was very unprofessional and aggressive. And he was treating me like I'm a criminal, like I did something
Nobody
wrong.
said you did anything
And
wrong.
then, are you going to be professional and identify yourself? You're a member of the
I
public.
think I've done it a
No,
couple
you
times.
didn't. What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Scott, the badge is 57.
Thank you for being professional.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your
It is open to the public.
I didn't share it. That you illegally took my information. So he just said that's exactly right.
Because he has a lawful opportunity to do
He
so.
just-
If
I
he
just-
deems it- listen, I don't know even know who your first name is. If he deems it suspicious and
That's-
he's checking it out, he can do so, lawfully do so. And that's what he's doing here today. Why are we making this so much harder than it has to be?
It didn't have to be hard. It didn't have to be hard at all. All I said was, what I asked him when he asked the question, I asked the question.
Okay. All right. So as it
It didn't
stands,
start out being defensive.
Why are you?
Okay.
Why are I don't?
Did you forfeit this bag or you sat it over there? You want
I don't
back?
forfeit my bag for sending it over
you
there.
drove it away. Like I just got done saying, if
You
you left it there, and drove away from it, you lose an expectation of privacy for it.
No, that is not correct. You're telling me I can't send my bag down to practice riding my motorcycle?
But you jumped to a conclusion and went
All
right
you
to the
did-
defense. All
right,
you gotta do is tell
exactly.
them.
No, I'm not legally obligated to
First
tell
of
him
all-
anything.
First of all, I don't even know who you are.
You don't have to know who I am.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he's checking it out,
Suspicion is not a crime.
you're operating a motor vehicle.
No,
on
I'm not.
school
I'm
property.
parked. I'm parked.
At the time you were. and you
I'm
wanted to
parked when
do
he
that.
pulled up. I was parked.
Okay. Do you have an identification? Do you have an identification? Yes or
And
no?
I don't answer questions. I'm not answering any questions. That was very unprofessional of him. It was very aggressive. I'm glad you de-escalated. I don't know what he would have done if you didn't de-escalate that.
All right, we're good.
We're good. What do you mean we're good?
What do
I'm
you
gonna.
want? You want something else done?
Yeah, your card.
What
I
do
want
you
your
want?
card. I want your card.
Talk to the sergeant.
I want your card.
I'll make sure you get it. You
I
talk
got
to
it
him.
right here.
I got
Thank
it.
you.
I'll give it to him. You told you he was Officer Stachy.
Right, but that's
Number
ridiculous.
67.
He's a
doing
member
his job.
of the public.
And he's doing his job. I'll give you his name.
I got it. We'll sit and write it down. I can write it.
You're
Please understand.
that was understanding, me understanding.
I'm sure, again, in the same circumstances, if it was at your home, you would want us to check that person out and ensure that that's who they are. Now, you do
Understandable.
have a legal obligation to know. We need to know who you are. Okay? If you say, no, I'm not telling you who I am, and we're investigating something that we deem to be suspicious, now you're obstructing.
If I'm being detained for a crime.
Yeah.
He detained me. I didn't do no crime. He legally detained me. I didn't do any crime here.
Okay, detaining is different from an arrest.
Yeah, but you have to detain me for something I've done illegally.
To ensure that something isn't going on, and he's done so in enough fashion. Okay. He's done so in enough fashion to determine that there isn't a crime present. Right? We could have taken that extra step and said you're demanded, and we're demanding that we see a license from you. But he didn't.
I mean,
He's
you're
comfortable as to where he's at with it, and we're leaving it as it is.
you're
You-
cosplayning me
sir.
right now. You're cosplayning me. All I did was pull up here, and I was gonna practice riding my motorcycle.
I've
He
got-
pulled up, asked me a bunch of questions. I was like, okay, what is there a reason why you're asking all these questions?
Okay.
And then he got all like ego out of control and started saying I was detained and that this and that, and like all I was doing is asking him why I'm being questioned for illegal activity. I'm doing nothing illegal.
Whatever
And then he
happened-
illegally searched my bag like I'm doing something wrong. I understand that, yes.
Once you leave something there, he's checking out to make sure there's any weapons, especially with school shootings, with everything else that's going on in this crazy world. He's ensuring that we're keeping our kids safe here. And if you have an issue with that, then you really need to think about
I
what
do
you're
not
asking.
have an issue for that.
Okay, I would think.
Do not.
It sounds like you got a good level head on your shoulders.
I'm
Okay?
trying to. I just didn't like
All right,
the
so
way he
then-
approached me.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe there's a lot of different ways. When my boss approaches me, sometimes I don't like the way he does it, but you know what? He does it, and I listen to him. I respect it. So all we're asking is that we get the respect out of you. He came here to check something out that he deems suspicious, right?
Mhm.
And in doing so, he found that everything was fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are we done?
We're done, but
Did he do his job?
I mean, I feel like my rights were violated.
Okay, if he deemed it suspicious and he detained you for a time until he could deem it, it wasn't suspicious.
You can't detain someone without a crime, though.
No.
Suspicion's not a crime.
There's a difference. A simple detainment is separate from an arrest. Are you in handcuffs?
Well, you could.
Are you in handcuffs?
No, sir, but you-
Have you been told you've been placed under arrest?
No, sir.
Okay, so all he's doing is talking with you to deem whether or not something was suspicious. And yes, at a school, after hours, when there's no other people around and you leave a bag around, yeah, that can be certainly deemed suspicious. And we want to make sure that our kids are safe here. And in doing so, we're doing our job.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So yeah, he is going to check it out. And I expect him to, as my officer, to do that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, and who do I speak to about this? As far as like,
You're talking to me.
all right, and you're saying that my rights weren't violated at all
No,
in
if
any
he
way?
checked it out, if you weren't sitting in the back of his car and this is a personal contact, okay, and he wants to know who you are, he could have went down the road of obstruction, but he didn't.
That's a secondary charge. Obstruction. You have to have
You
a
haven't been charged with anything yet.
right. So how could he charge me with obstruction?
Because we don't know who you are. Right now, as we stand, I still don't know who you are.
I don't have to identify unless I've committed a crime.
Okay. That's not true.
That's
You need to
100% true.
You need to look at, then it's called Terry stop, okay? He deemed it suspicious.
A Terry stop doesn't mean I have to give away my rights. That's just a frisk. That's just
Did he frisk you?
That's
Did
a
he pat you down?
right. That's a Terry stop.
It is a person-to-person contact.
Right, it's consensual. I don't have to tell you who I am unless I've committed a
He
crime.
hasn't done anything wrong, and neither have you. And we're gonna leave it at that.
He illegally searched my bag and took my ID, and he
I've explained
ID'd
this to
me.
you.
I have a right to privacy as a private citizen.
When you leave it in a parking lot and walk away from it and drive away from it, like he said you did,
But I didn't do that.
okay. But that's what he's saying. I can only go based on what he said. I don't know what was here because I wasn't here. But he said you left it be. You
The
said you let
bag's
it be.
right there, and I'm right here.
Okay. Don't know.
You're right here. The bag's there, there, and you're here. How do you not know? You pulled up. You pulled up when he was questioning me with my bag sitting right there.
How am I supposed to know everything was going on when I'm pulling up to the scene, not knowing exactly what's taking place? How am I supposed to know that?
Well, you know that I'm right here still, so I didn't pull away from the bag.
Hey, I don't even know where the bag was at.
It's sitting
Yeah,
right
quite
there.
honestly. Okay.
You watched him go over there and grab it. Come on, man. Come on.
So you leave a bag around. I just got done explaining to you.
I'm just saying, if you're saying this is 100% legal, what just happened here, you're saying this is 100% legal?
If you have anything else you want to talk to my lieutenant about it, you want to talk to the chief about it, be my guest.
All right.
What he did is trying to keep the kids safe, and I'm sure you can respect that.
I can respect that
He's talking to you about
100%,
it.
but not my
Nobody
butt.
got detained as far as being put in handcuffs, being put in a car.
No, he detained
You're
me.
out here. All right, I'm sorry.
Did
This
he?
is a-
So,
this is a
am I
stop.
still being detained right now? Because
Not
he
at all.
left
You're
with.
talking to me, and you still have me on camera.
But he's the
We're
one
having a
that.
discussion.
But he's the one that detained me, and he took off without saying I was not being detained anymore.
He said we're done.
So I'm not being detained right now.
Nobody said you're being detained right now. You can walk away if you want to.
Well, he's detained me. Is what he said. He said I was being detained.
At that point, you said you were detained. But you still weren't in handcuffs. You weren't putting anything. You were just trying to figure out what was going on.
Right, but I was being detained
I
for.
don't have anything else. I need to explain to you.
All right, can I have your business card?
Yeah, I'm sure. This is who it was.
Right, but. You're saying that I have to identify upon request, and that's not correct. I don't have to identify who I am unless I've committed a crime. And I think you might want to.
Okay, have a safe day.
You too. Who's your lieutenant?
Lieutenant Waters.
Waters. Tennessee Township.
Okay, guys, hopefully I have enough charge now where my camera can stay still. Now, what you seen in this video was a very aggressive, very egotistical, nasty cop trying to be a bully and make up lies and make up laws and make up breaking, this guy breaking the law, make up, I don't even know how to say that. But, he's trying to hem him up on something or just trying to harass him. And I believe if the sergeant didn't pull up, he would have probably done something really stupid, which is why he shouldn't be on the force. Okay, now the detainment was illegal. The littering was ridiculous. The bag, him going through the bag was a violation of his rights. The cop should be in trouble for that. And he had no right to his driver's license, no right to ID, no right to go through the bag. All of it sums it up, okay? Now, this sergeant was not at all professional. So this kid is giving this guy a free pass at this time. I don't know if it's to get more out of him or if it's to get him to admit stuff or if it's just because he's trying to be nice to him because the other officer is a you-know-what. Okay, so this cop is now, again, the sergeant, the head. He should be correcting the situation and listening to the citizen and finding out what happened, what went wrong, how we could fix this, and doing the right things, and he's doing all the wrong things. And then he joins in with the bad officer. And the explanations he gives are off the freaking wall, okay? If somebody comes and sets a bag down in the front of your property and takes off, you would call us because it's suspicious. Yeah, but that's not what happened here. I set down my bag so I could practice riding my motorcycle or whatever it was, dirt bike, and I intended on taking it with me. So that's not being suspicious, which is, again, not a crime. That is not littering. That is none of the things that your officer and now you are trying to say happened or did happen. So this whole time it's lies, intimidation tactics, violating his rights, and just this sergeant is allowing it to happen. This is what is wrong with the police today. This is what is wrong with the way they treat us. This is the problem, and they both need to be removed from the force because neither one of them know the laws, or they just like to break them themselves and lie and make up things to try to get people in trouble, which is not okay. Okay, so then he tells him, basically the officer has done nothing wrong, and either have you, so let's just leave it at that. That's basically, let's just leave this alone and go our separate ways, because I really want this officer not to have to act any stupider maybe, or get in trouble, because now I'm going to be dragged into this. Because the kid is saying he wants to talk to somebody else. He wants to go to a higher up. So it's, the officer did nothing wrong and you didn't either, so we could just leave it at this. No, I hope you did go to a higher up. I hope you did report this abuse of authority. I hope you did report this violation of your rights. It's got to stop sometime, people. It's got to come to a stop, okay? The whole thing, like I said, was aggression and aggressive. Then he gets back out of his car and what did he say? In front of the sergeant, again, gets back out of the car, basically, and tells him, do you want anything else? What? You want something else? You want something else? And the sergeant had to stop him. But again, his officer is a good officer, not doing anything wrong. But the sergeant had to be like, I don't know if it was Chris or whatever, basically get back in your car and stop it. Before, again, he digs them into a bigger hole. And again, this is what's wrong with policing police, because there's always nothing found. There's always nothing wrong. And they cover up and they try to make things go away. Everything they do is to cover the other one's butt. So you're never going to find anything wrong. You're never going to come to a conclusion of something that it has happened where it needs to be fixed. They're right, you're wrong, period. This is, again, what is wrong. This was the problem in that's too bright, sorry. This is the problem with police today and what's going on in the world today. This is the problem that everybody's saying needs to be fixed. It's not right. It's not fair. And this is the total opposite of the video that I played earlier. Okay? We have one chief that is really trying to make a positive change and difference in the world. And then we got this sergeant, which is the complete opposite. So here we go. Okay. These are the two things that we have right now where we need to be able to figure out how to stop one and how to get the other. We need to stop all this corruption. We need to stop all the bad policing. And we need to get police officers like this other chief who's trying to fix things and make a difference. If not, then we got to get rid of the whole shebang. It's that simple. And it's going to take all of us to do it. So we need to either help make this transfer and this change from getting rid of the bad and putting in the good, or we need to just get rid of them altogether. We don't need cops like these bad cops because they're criminals, and you can't have criminals doing the job that they're doing. And right now, that's all they are. They're criminals with badges. So again, I thank you for being here with me tonight. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next video. I hope you enjoyed it.